So, uh, student, this is first year of physics, chapter 2, scalar and vector quantities. In the last lecture, uh, we have discussed in detail about the scalar and vector quantities. Now, in this lecture, I'm going to explain the presentation of vector. This is very much important. How can we represent a vector on a paper? Vectors are usually represented by arrow with their length representing the magnitude and their direction represented by the direction of the arrow point. Means that how many things we require for the representation of a vector. There are two things in a vector. Vector quantities are those quantities which consist of magnitude and direction. So from the definition, it is clear that vector required magnitude and direction. So therefore, to represent a vector on a paper, both will be represented by the straight line and arrowhead. So vectors require both magnitude and direction. Therefore, how can we represent the vector on a paper? This is an important question. So when you have to write in an exam on test, so you can write that two things are required for the representation of a vector on a paper. And in case of the numericals and questions, that uh, some questions are like that represent the following vector, like that 20-meter distance in the east. So 30, like other example, 30 Newton force on the body at 30-degree along x-axis. So these types of the question also consist of two things, magnitude and direction. So how are vector quantities represented? Another slide is here to explain clearly for your convenience. A vector represented by the length of arrow. A scale is indicated such as 1 cm is equal to 5 miles. This is one example that if you have to represent a displacement vector on a paper, so you can draw the lines in kilometer, meter, or in miles. So you have to take on a scale, or that is something like 1 cm is equal to 5 miles, 5 kilometer, or 10 miles, 10 kilometer, 10 meter. So this is an approximation or the suppose that is called the scale, that when you will draw on cm, you will that will be equal to something, and the length of the line segment is drawn according to the scale, the proper length according to the chosen scale, and the arrow point the precise direction. Very clearly mentioned in this slide that to represent a vector we require two things, and it's line segment and the arrowhead. So student, in this slide finally I summarize whatever the knowledge required for the representation of a vector, and I summarize in this slide. This is very much important. Two things are required. Very in very simple words and the summarized way, that two things are required to represent a vector on a paper: an straight line and number two, an arrowhead. A straight line used to show magnitude and arrowhead for direction. And this is also related to the practical work. So that two things we required. How can you understand that? So in this example, that for I'm taking here like 100 meter, 100-meter distance. You have to represent this vector. I'm taking vector, displacement vector, force vector, velocity vector. So this is an example that you can say that is a question like 100-meter distance towards east. This is a vector that you have to represent on a paper. As you know that I have explained that how many things required to represent a vector 2. And what are those? Number one, that line segment, and number two, that the direction. That's the arrowhead. So the line segment here that shows the magnitude of the vector. For example, that this is 100 meter. So 100 meter is the magnitude, and 100 meter is not possible on the paper. So definitely you need scale. Scale is something, the approximation according to your convenience, and it may be the different for for the different students. For example, you say that 1 centimeter is equal to say 50 meter. So it is the mapping basically. This is an approximation. This is suppose that when you will draw 1 centimeter here, that will be equal to 10 meter. If you say 10 meter, then for 100 meter you need to draw 10 cm line. So 10 cm line is a big line segment on a paper. So take reasonable value. If you say that 25 meter, for example, I said 25 meter. So for 100 meter, you need 4 centimeter line segment, and 4 centimeter line segment is a reasonable line segment. So now this line segment towards east. So first of all, you should know, and the second thing, you know the direction scale. So remember uh, that your right side is east, and opposite of the east, it is west. Opposite side of the east is west. So here will be west. Similarly, the upward side is the north. The opposite of the north is south. A student, you have to draw a 4 centimeter line segment, because according to the scale, that 1 centimeter is 25 meter. 25 meter. It means for 100 meter you need 4 centimeter line segment and towards east. So it is very clear that this is a 4 centimeter line, say for example, and 4 centimeter line segment is towards east. So where is east? This is east. An arrow must put here. Arrow. So this is towards east. But this is the vector quantity. So that must have some starting and ended point. Without this started and ended point, this will not be a vector. So a vector must have a tail and head, starting and ended point. This is the 4 centimeter line segment, and this is 4 centimeter line segment, and you can write like that: AB is a vector, AB is a vector, and which is equal to 4 cm. As you know that without a vector sign, it will not be a vector. So two things are very important: starting point and started point and ending point. This is say 4 cm, and this is a 4 cm, and this is say an arrow. An arrow is here. So student, uh, AB is 4 cm line. AB is 4 cm line here, and 4 cm line is a vector towards east. You can say very clearly that I have given you. I solved here one example for you. What do you mean by the representation of a vector? And here it was 100 meter towards east. Hope you understand the representation of a vector. And in the next class, I will give you more examples about the vector representation and different examples and with the angles, and we'll continue this lecture this in the next class. Thank you very much.